Hello, my name is Howard Hughes, and you're watching Inspired, the 30-second song movie. Dateline, the 2nd of June 2015, a sunny Soho street in London town. An obscure indie musician, Mark Christopher Lee, pops into a coffin-sized newsagent and buys a newspaper that will soon change his musical future. He stops for a coffee on the way to a music networking night and begins reading the most interesting article he's ever read about music and recording. The article is called The Future of Songwriting: How Streaming is Changing Everything We Know About Making Music. The author, Mike Errico, questioned why artists were still writing 3-minute pop songs when streaming services like Spotify paid out a royalty in full after 30 seconds, especially as the royalties were so low. A lightning bolt from the West End ether struck Lee to his core. An inspired thought came to him. What if I could record an album of just 30-second songs? And to make an impact, what if I were to put 100 of them on the album? As well as being fun, it'd help raise awareness of the issues regarding low royalty rates for artists and songwriters. Lee was a man possessed by short-form pop and went away to his garage studio to record the first 100 times 30 album with his band, The Pocket Gods. 7 years later, the band have gained 5 official Guinness World Records, over 8 million streams from fans all over the world, features in Billboard, ITV, The Wall Street Journal and BBC World News, and with their new album of 1,000 songs, each 30 seconds long, they were close to bringing real change to a broken music streaming system, though they were still the second biggest band in their village. This film explores this inspiring story and also investigates the issues regarding music streaming and looks at what the future holds for artists and songwriters in this new digital age.
Not but not two, not a lot that you can't do. With not but not two, the future's looking so blue. Well, it's 3,000 streams just for a pint. Oh, making music, what's the point? Streaming giants trying to take our souls, but they'll never kill.
Okay, I've just found out this morning that we've gained another official Guinness World Record. This is our 8th now. It's crazy, really. And this is for most albums recorded and released digitally. 76 albums we've recorded now. We've been going since 1998. So it's not bad going. And this is on the back of our recent 1000x30 Nobody Makes Money Anymore album, which has gained us the press worldwide and the notoriety and even meetings with Spotify. There's 1,000 songs, each one 30 seconds long. Why 30 seconds, you ask? Well, let me take you back to 2015. I was walking around the dusty streets of Soho in London, went into a coffin-shaped newsagent, picked up a copy of The Independent and saw an article on music streaming that blew my mind. It was by a US music professor called Mike Errico, and it's basically the history of songwriting and recording. And basically he was challenging artists of today saying, why are you recording these 3-minute pop songs? The reason why 3 minutes is so popular is because that's the length you could have on 7-inch vinyl. You know, he was saying media today has changed, it's all streaming, it's digital, and you get paid. Spotify pays out after a track reaches 30 seconds and then no more. And as it's such a small royalty, why are bands and artists writing longer songs? So he kind of jokingly threw away this challenge, saying, you know, come on, who's going to write 30-second songs? Not thinking that anyone would be daft enough to do it. But I went away, having read this magazine, I was on my way to a music networking night, and it was just like, whoa, what is this? And I had this kind of, you would say, inspired thought. I think, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to run with this. I'm just going to write and record 30-second songs, just to, as a bit of fun, and also to raise awareness of the lack of royalties from music streaming. So I went away with this inspired thought, thinking, yeah, I'm going to do it. And not knowing how it was going to be done, but I was just going to run with it and see what would happen. So I went to this networking night, chatted over with people. They thought, wow, that's an amazing idea. You know, and the thing is, most people have, you know, inspired thought and have these crazy ideas from time to time, but they never act on it. They think, oh, that's ridiculous. You know, no one would want to know about this, or no one would want to listen to this. And, you know, I had these little doubts. I think, no, I'm going to do it. This is the one thing, you know, that I've learned over the years, you know, looking at the law of attraction and things like that. And there's a guy called Jack Canfield, who's an American author who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books. And he's the one who said, you know, when you have this inspired thought, you have to act on it. It's kind of like the universe, you know, getting into sync with the universe, and it's giving you inspiration. You need to act on it. So that is exactly what I did. And I came home, talked it over with my wife, if what was a good idea as well, and I locked myself away in my studio garage for about 3 months.
Thank you for the gin and tonic, Noel. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No Gallagher's jealous of my studio in my garage. On top of the hill, invite him over. Maybe he'll jam along to wonder why. Maybe live forever. 'Cause he's jealous of a studio.
And to make it interesting, the concept of the album was everything, all the songs were related to the music industry, which is something I'd known about, having been in it for, you know, 20 odd years. So I went into the garage and just started knocking out these 30-second songs. And it was quite hard at first, just getting into the frame of mind of, you know, shortening the song to just 30 seconds. There's different ways of doing it, different techniques, you know. But what I usually ended up doing was getting a title, like Noel Gallagher is jealous of my studio, and then just using that as the basis of the song. So being only 30 seconds long, you can just, you know, do a verse and a chorus and that's it. So that took me 2 or 3 months recording them, and towards the end it was getting a bit difficult. And then I decided it would be a good idea to get other artists involved. So I had a lot of help with the album, which I'm very, very grateful for, from other artists who produced some brilliant songs. And they helped, you know, contribute to the album and made it a success that it was. And the thing about, because it had never been done before, no one had released an album with 100 songs on before. It was things like the metadata, uploading the tracks online. These were the difficult bits. It wasn't actually writing the music and recording it. And that was what I found difficult. Luckily it got accepted, it got released on Spotify and other platforms. And then what happened next was a little bit crazy.
Nobody makes money anymore. Nobody makes money anymore. Nobody makes music anymore. Future is here, future is here. And there's no more fight, and there's no more culture. No more fight, and there's no more culture. Nobody makes money anymore. Nobody makes music anymore.
Yeah, so the album came out, and straight away it got picked up by, the worldwide media, because no one had, released an album of 100 songs, especially all 30 seconds long. And once they locked onto the reason behind it, raising awareness of lack of royalties from music streaming, it started to get a lot of attention, especially at the time there was artists such as Adele, Taylor Swift, and I think Ed Sheeran. They all had issues with Spotify in particular. So, they were taking their music down or, not releasing music on Spotify. So that was already in the press at the time. And then this album came out, and it was amazing. I got, interviewed by Billboard magazine in America, who said it was like deconstructing the modern world and having a go at the music industry. And it was to a certain extent, but it was also about having fun as well. And it's a lot you can do with 30-second songs, to make them fun. If you get bored of one song, the beauty is there's another one coming along 30 seconds later, which you might like. So that seemed to catch on. So we did a crazy interview, actually. It was we decided to record a 30-second Christmas song single. It was called 0.007 License to Kill the Music Industry This Christmas. The reason why the 0.007, as well as a James Bond reference, obviously, it was how much you got paid from Spotify for a stream. So we recorded this single, did it with Noel, our keyboard player, and it went down really well. We got interviewed on ITV London live in a massive green screen studio, and we actually played the song live. And Noel brought his fancy percussion thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it's in all the comedy films. Ding! And we played it live and on ITV London, which was quite fun. Yeah, it didn't get to Christmas #1, but we had a lot of fun, and it started, raising more and more awareness of these issues, which was cool.
But one London band think they've got the answer to that. The Pocket Gods have made an album of 100 songs, all just 30 to 40 seconds long. We're here to explain why that makes a difference. A Noel Story and Mark Christopher Lee from the band.